You are now watching and listening to the longest running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast. This is the Wrestling Podcast. Happy New Year for real. Welcome to the first ever Thursday live stream of 2026. And medyo nalagas kami. No, just kidding. It's just myself, it's your boy Ro and Emil Nate joining you tonight on a really stacked week after Raw, after NXT, and after AEW na rin, after Dynamite na rin. There has been a lot of things going on after New Year's Dash. We're going to get to talk about all of that. But how is everyone? How are you, Emil? How is everything over in my Nagaland?
Yeah, the weather is nice. Like I said earlier, I have been getting so much sleep this week, and that's good. At least medyo good mood tayo coming into today's episode.
Yeah, buti ka. Good mood ka. It's only been 4 work days in. I'm already tired again, mostly because I don't get to nap in the afternoons when I'm in the office. So if you get to work from home, lubusin niyo yan, but syempre huwag niyo abusuhin. We got a lot to talk about tonight, but before we get into all that, let's get into some housekeeping at first. So, una muna, don't forget, if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, subscribe na kayo, please. Please hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, especially if you are watching us on YouTube for the first time. If you're listening to us on Spotify for the first time, pa-subscribe na rin, pa-rate na rin, pa-thumbs up na rin ng live stream and ng videos. We are uploading more audio only or YouTube only content on our channel. So if we get to more of that, maybe we'll get monetized soon. So it's a slow and steady climb towards that. So please go help us out if you haven't yet. Emil, let's tell the people how they can also help the podcast by subscribing to Patreon and Gank.
Right, so you can also help out the podcast by supporting us through Patreon and Gank. It's at patreon.com/wrestling podcast and gagnow.com/wrestling to expand for as low as $5 monthly. Goes a long way. You get perks. You get first dibs at the events. You get the Discord server. Discord community is always fun. And yeah, it goes a long way. Yung $5 monthly, it goes a long way into helping us do what we do here on the pod. And it's 12th year this year. Crazy. So again, the links are patreon.com/wrestling podcast and ganknow.com/wrestling to expod. Subscribe.
And if you've got some extra scratch from the holidays, kung may tira pa kayo sa allowance nyo and you want to sponsor a segment of the podcast or have us read an advert for anything that you might have, whether you have a product or a service or a brand that you want us to shout out, pwede yun. Sponsor nyo kami for as low as 5,000 for an ad read, and then goes all the way up for entire episodes. If you want to buy a segment, if you want to buy a whole episode, you want to tell Emil what to rage about this week or next week, pwede yan. Just contact us at hello.wrestlingpodcast@gmail.com. We're going to be so happy to talk with you and make your partnership or our partnership with you happen. Meron nagreklamo, bakit daw nawala sa TV ang WWE as of this week? That's because it's on Netflix. Emil, how can the people subscribe to Netflix for cheap, for easy?
Yeah, people have been saying na sobrang linaw ng WWE. Even the older stuff, like Super HD, and again, you can experience that at its best. If you subscribe to the Converge Netflix bundle, there are 3 tiers to that plan: the $17.98, the $9.98, and the $22.98. But I recommend the third one because you'll get 4K Ultra HD stuff on Netflix.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so for your WWE stuff and your other contents as well. Also included in that plan, again, is the high-speed internet, the Converge Experience Box, which I am using as of the moment, to watch my stuff, to watch local TV as well. So kasali na yun, nakabundle na yun, no? And you get the new Wi-Fi modem as well. So you can subscribe either by emailing their customer service, or if you have your local Converge satellite offices in your area, you can go there as well. And yeah, it's a new year, and I think it's time for y'all to finally upgrade to Converge to experience the best WWE content on Netflix. So yeah.
free live Raw, NXT, SmackDown,
Yes.
PLEs. Guys,
Oh,
eto na yun. Like, you can
yeah.
get Netflix for as low as 149 pesos, diba? On your basic subscription. So, yes, it's not on TV, but at this point, you gotta get on that Netflix if you haven't yet. If you're still, I know, if you're
Oh,
still left behind on cable TV or free TV, tapos gusto mo manood ng WWE, diba?
yep.
All right. Let's talk about AEW really quickly. They had a big Dynamite, but not as big as the other companies here. A big roster shakeup they revealed today. First, the Young
Ooh.
Bucks are back from their 2025 sidelining, so they were sidelined for the rest of 2025 with like 2 weeks left in December because of injuries, I think. But I don't know how real that is. So they're back now after the newest addition to the Don Callis family attacked Jet Speed. So first we have Andrade El Idolo finally back in AEW. So naayos na yung contract dispute, the no compete dispute. So I guess David Otunga was right in saying that that clause wouldn't hold up in court. And hindi naman talaga kasi it is pretty oppressive for a non-compete clause. And then TNA Impact former star Jake Something is now in AW as Jake Doyle. So it's a little bit of a if you know you know addition to the Don Callis family. Like if you follow TNA, it's a big deal. Pero if you don't, then medyo huyu siya. But they're banking on the AEW audience who is to be really tuned into all the companies happening, all the companies putting out wrestling on TV nowadays, on the internet nowadays. That I felt like for me it landed, although like it was more of because I was surprised na Jake something left TNA pala. So what do you think of all of this, Emil? Yeah, I know Jake Doyle is his shoot name, Anton. So yeah, so some people thought something was his real last name.
Of course it's not. First of all, let's talk about the Young Bucks. I mean, they're not just back, but they're back to their OG AEW gimmick. You know,
Oh.
the tassels and all that. The theme song they even brought back the theme song that they had all those years ago. So
Mm.
really signifies a change in alignment for the Young Bucks. Tapos na yung ano, tapos na yung broke Bucks gimmick, which was fun. But again, may ano lang siya eh, parang shell life lang siya. So they went back to what works. You know, they are the Young Bucks. They don't need all these gimmicks to get themselves over. They are over nonetheless. So I'm glad that I like the Young Bucks. So I like to root for the Young Bucks. So I'm glad that they went back. Andrade, not a surprise after appearing to Wrestle Kingdom. It was like only a matter of time before we see him again. I mean, he was announced as from AEW's Andrade. So it was, parang ano na lang yun for I know it's a matter of time before we see him back. And Jake Doyle, that's a name na I know people have been wondering will he sign with WWE because of the
Really?
TNA connection? Yeah, because of the
Who
TNA
who
connection.
who's wondering about Jake something
I
status?
saw some people like commenting
Wow.
about it online. Yeah,
I mean, no shade, pero
and
wow.
didn't he appear in NXT at one episode? I think he did, because of that crossover. But yeah, glad that he signed with AEW. But man, the Don Callis family, ilan na ba? Like 15? When is too much at this point?
No, it's okay. I mean, like the entire point naman ng ano eh.
Yeah,
The
parang
entire
ano,
point of
reserva, ganun.
no. The entire point of the Don Callis family is that there are a bunch of goons, and that Don
Yeah.
Callis has the influence, has the money to recruit a bunch of goons. So I don't at this point, if you don't get the Don Callis family's entire shtick by now, you're never gonna get it. But the idea is that Don has a lot of goons to call on, and then he only has a select few golden geese, diba?
Mm.
So, yun, I don't mind it. Yeah, so yun, I don't know how much Jake Doyle rather will amount to nowadays. Um, I guess Stasha ni Don Callis. Like, if he ever gets
Yeah.
over, like, it'll be great. But we don't see that happening anytime soon. They're trying that experiment with Josh Alexander now, and I don't think Josh Alexander is taking to it just yet. So yeah, we'll see. Good for Jake Doyle though that he gets a job in a much bigger company. Um, I don't mind it. I just don't think he's a needle mover. Like maybe he's a needle mover if you are a regular TNA Impact watcher, but that's about it. You
I
know?
mean, there is a potential. Like I said, they are pairing him up with Mark Davis, so
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
an additional body in the
Sure.
tag team division. So, yeah, I think they can do something there.
Right. Next, the AEW is continuing to build on what they started with Orange Cassidy and Tony Storm, Timeless Tony Storm, by including the jealous Mina Shirakawa in the thruple. I think they're a thruple now. Yeah, so
Uh,
interesting. I like that they're building up on this. They're building on this. Orange Cassidy isn't what you or isn't who you think of when you think of a romance storyline, but I guess it's the weird, quirky way that fits for him.
Look at OC pulling in women. I like where this is heading. I mean, again, it's a storyline that doesn't for Timeless Tony Storm doesn't involve a title. So anything that's interesting without like anything that anytime na someone like that would be in an interesting storyline without the title involved is always good. So let's see where this heads. So it's a fun little storyline here. That that we need to watch out for.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty interested in it as well. I think it's gonna be very controversial then, because maybe good controversial, maybe bad controversial, because it's not your typical relationship romance
Uh,
dynamic.
Kulang na lang magpaka ano ala Tommy Dreamer si Orange Cassidy. If you know.
Right. Oh yeah, let's get to that really quickly. And so Mercedes crashed out. Yeah, we talked about this last week na rin eh. Or nung Monday na rin. After World's End, we talked about how they are doing a good thing by starting the downfall story arc named Mercedes again. And at this point, it's getting better. I think it's only getting better.
Again, to reiterate, the other championships that she has, it's up to the independent wrestling companies for them to book her and have her lose. I think at this point,
What's the biggest title that she has as of the moment? Wala na, no? Wala na
I
siyang
think the
AEW.
CMLL championship.
Yeah, yun na lang. Kasi she lost the ROH TV title to Velvet. Tapos she lost the TBS. So, yeah, I'm all for this. If 2025 was the year where she got all these titles, 2026 is the year where she's gonna lose all of them. And I'm looking forward
Yeah,
to it. Yeah.
diba?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to NJPW. New Year's Dash was happening just as we were doing our
Yep.
Monday live stream, so we weren't able to tackle everything. I believe that happened on that show. First, I think by the end of the episode or by the end of the event, Yota Tsuji, the current and the new double champion, both the IWGP Heavyweight and Global Champion, brought back the original design, not even the original, but the previous design of the
Yep.
championship, which he said he was going to do. But also, I believe it's also the prerogative then of President Hiroshi Tanahashi. So not only is V4 the previous design of the title, the old heavyweight championship lineage has been restored. So the championship has the old lineage again. Tapos they added the world heavyweight championship lineage. So everything that I believe everyone who became champion since the pandemic up to now,
Yep.
including Konosuke Takeshita, is now added to the IWGP Heavyweight Championship lineage. So the
Yes.
only question na lang is whether or not they will pull out the Intercontinental Championship again. What do you think about this?
I love again I think sinabi ko din nung live stream on Monday. I love that they brought back the version 4 because the World Heavyweight Championship design is just cursed. And it signified a not so good time for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Like I thought when they brought that title and you got so many wrestlers getting injured while holding that title. So it was it is not a good symbol for the company, and yeah, brings back brings back its glory. It is their most iconic title design out of all the IWGP Heavyweight Championship designs. And I'm also glad na they kind of retcon the previous title reigns into the lineage. So I think I saw Will Ospreay say something about it on Twitter, where he
Mm.
said, "Oh, he's the, I think, 80 something na IWGP heavyweight champion, and he prefers that over being the yung world heavyweight champion." So um I'm glad that they listened to the fans. This is something that the fans have been wanting as well for a while. And yeah, they did everything right here. As far as the IC title, I think it's the, ano yung isang belt yung hawak ni Suji, yung global? Is it the
Yeah.
global?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's basically the spiritual successor of the IC title at this point. Kasi
Yeah,
white strap din eh.
for those who don't know, the IWGP Intercontinental Championship was a recent, relatively modern
Yeah.
championship na rin kasi. So
Hmm.
it was created in the late 2010s specifically for MVP.
MVP.
Yeah, so MVP won that and parang ginawa siya because he came from WWE and all that stuff. So yun. Interesting stuff. Really good that everyone got what they wanted. I was neither here nor there. I was okay with the bird, the Phoenix Championship. So I didn't mind it. I know it was highly unpopular because people tend to be traditionalists when it comes to championship belts. That's why the MWF Championship got so much hate. But yeah, okay. Then another bit of shocking news from the post event press conference. Yoda also declared that David Finley and the War Dogs are going to be working together with the unaffiliated guys. So they created a new faction. They are now known as the Unbound Company. And although it wasn't explicitly said in the promo, everyone is officially treating the Bullet Club as Dunzo, as in War
Yeah.
Dogs are done, dissolved. House of Torture has no longer been Bullet Club for a while na rin.
Yep.
And I think by extension, the Bang Bang Gang is also now a standalone group. So unceremoniously, the Bullet Club ended after almost 13 years
Yeah.
of not so much, not real dominance, because they were only really dominant in the mid 2010s. But at this point, uh, the old dog has been put to pasture. Diba? Old
Yeah.
Yeller has been shot back behind the barn. So, do you want to say anything about Bullet Club? Bullet Club is just almost as I know as influential as Tanahashi, and maybe we should probably have done a separate episode about that.
I think we should have a separate reminisce episode about Bullet Club, because it did shape what the wrestling world is now. Diba?
Right.
If it wasn't for Bullet Club, there wouldn't have been the Elite. There wouldn't have been AEW.
Hmm.
Diba? Like I know, like maybe it would have been something else because TK has the money, but still it was under the banner of the Elite. So if it wasn't for Bullet Club, diba? All these different things that have happened in the last 10 years was in a way, may ano eh, parang may, ano yung tawag sa effect na yun?
Ripple effect.
Ripple effect from Bullet Club. Yeah, we should make an episode about that. And diba, remember a time where wearing a Bullet Club shirt means like you're cool?
God,
Like God,
God,
I remember in
don't
school
get
I
me
was
started on don't get me started on this shit. I say I have so much to say about that shit, and we'll tackle that when we do our Bullet Club retrospective.
yeah, let's do that.
Yan. God. Another bit of faction related news from New Year's Dash. So, Osprey also came back to NJPW, not just for the Tanahashi retirement ceremony, but also to, you know, have a little visit, dip his toes a little bit back in United Empire business. So, he said that basically the United Empire was collapsing without him, and it wasn't as great anymore without him. It has been a while
Yeah.
since he was the leader of United Empire, and he told Callum Newman and the rest of the boys, "Nah, he'll get better. He'll heal from his injuries. He'll take care of some business with AEW, and then go back to New Japan." Now, I don't know if that means he'll leave AEW or he's just gonna flip flop between the two companies. But if I were TK, I would not have liked that. I would not have liked hearing that from one of my big centerpiece stars that I poached from New Japan, diba? So that aside, Callum Newman visibly wasn't happy about this. So he gave Osprey a John Cena hug, and then almost attacked Osprey with a chair if it weren't for Hinare stopping him. So interesting. My only gripe with this is that because Osprey is still contracted to AEW and literally he's gonna heal from his injuries and he's gonna, I guess, finish out his contract. If totoo nga na he's gonna leave AEW for New Japan again, we don't really know when the payoff for all of this is happening, or if there's gonna be a, or if there's gonna be a payoff at all. You know. So what do you think of all this?
I think they're just setting themselves up for a future program. That's that's what I
You know,
see here.
I guess.
Probably setting up for a future Forbidden Door storyline. Like, let's not forget they still have that Forbidden Door event. So I think maybe they're just setting up for that. Like, it's one of those things that if it happens, then fine. If it doesn't, then okay lang din. Parang they just planted the seed for something. Yun yung pagkakaintindi ko dito sa ano na to, sa program. It may lead to something, it may lead to nothing. But at least a seed was planted.
Okay, Anton says Will Ospreay's AEW contract says that he can have select New Japan appearances. Okay, sure. That takes care of that. I wouldn't want to be TK. If I were TK, I wouldn't want to be losing Will Ospreay back to New Japan. You know. All right. Before we get to WWE, we're going through this really fast.
Yeah.
I think because dalawa lang tayo. But let's take our very new 2026 dance break. Jasper, hit it.
We are pretty deadly. Yes, boy. Yes, boy. And you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
Sorry, I was mesmerized.
I can't.
I was mesmerized by Rowan's jiggling.
I can't top that. I'm not gonna make.
Tangina mo, Emil. You promise. We have receipts. Rowan has receipts. You will create your own entry to the Kit Wilson dance challenge.
After seeing
how dare you?
Can I
no,
top that?
no. Yes, you can. Emil, you don't have to top shit. You just have to be cute. Rowan was cute, doing all that stuff.
That was top tier. That was top tier. I will say.
Oh, nga. Just because it was top tier doesn't mean you can't make your own. Jesus Christ. Emil. How dare you? You gave out your word. How dare you?
Hey, it's not.
Your word mean nothing anymore.
There's still time.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's hard. It's hard to top that one.
Do it. How dare you? All right, let's go to WWE. We got a lot of, but a lot of things happened on NXT. First, Darula Obafemi relinquished his NXT Men's Championship after defeating TNA X Division champion Leon Slater. So he wins, he defends the championship, and then leaves the title in the ring. So that's right after Ava says to the Evolve talent or the ID talent or whoever they are, I mean whatever affiliation that they have, there are gonna be some NXT opportunities for them. So a lot of things happening. Nalagas ng todo ang NXT because of the main roster also kind of being thin as well. Was this the right move? I've seen a lot of chatter about whether or not this was the right play for Obafemi. Whether it was good for him to not put anyone over with the championship and just leave. What do you think, an NXT creative writer, Emil?
I'm seeing takes online na okay sana to kung di siya natalo kay Ricky Sainz.
Right.
Yeah. But since natalo siya, I could have just did it there. You just put Ricky over and moved on. Diba? Kasi natalo, parang in a way, no, hindi naman nawala yung aura niya totally, but he lost it. He lost to Ricky. That could have been the moment where, you know, yun na dapat yun eh, but they decided to do this, vacating stuff thing, which for me, hindi na siya, it doesn't have the same effect because he lost the title once already. It would have been cool if he went undefeated in his title run and then vacated the title. That like Asuka did. Diba? Remember Asuka? She did the same thing, diba? Na she was the champion, never lost it, never lost a match, and then just decided to move up to the main roster and vacate the title. That it would have been more impactful that way. But still, I get the message there na, I'm the ruler, but I don't there's no one worthy anymore. So I'm just like vacating the title and moving on to the next thing. I get what they were trying to do, but it just didn't have the same effect for me because he already lost the title once already.
Yeah, I see what you're getting at. I kind of agree, but at the same time, that's not why I don't kind of like it.
Mm.
Like, Siguro I get why, because Ricky Saint is wrapped up with his heel turn, and then it seems like this was a last minute decision for them to have turned Obafemi. So yeah, I guess it was the best thing that in, but I don't agree with it. But at the same time, I also don't know how I would have done it differently, considering who was getting called up, diba, with all of them. So yeah, I guess maybe my solution, my take is that we probably shouldn't treat NXT as a call up as a developmental anymore. Like if you're gonna get an NXT talent, deal with it like it was a legit main roster brand. Because you already have Evolve. You literally had the Evolve talent uh, open themselves up for an opportunity to get called up to NXT. So there are two layers of getting called up now. And three, because from the indies you have to go to Evolve, or LFG, you have to get to go to Evolve. Diba? So yun lang naman. Maybe I am at the point where yes, they are PC talent, but I also kind of am ready for them to be treated as legit main roster guys. You know.
Mm. All right. I agree with that.
All right. So the call ups seem to be Obafemi, Javon Evans, who ayun pala, sorry, we'll talk about that in a bit. Javon Evans, anyway, let's
Trick.
talk about it now. Javon Evans signed his Raw contract during the commercial break. What do you think of this? If this
They
Nikola Jokic
yeah.
style
they,
style
they
signing.
they did him like Nikola Jokic getting drafted during a Taco Bell break. This could I didn't even see this because I watched the Raw on a replay. So
Yeah, diba? So
di ko siya
so
panood
if
ng
you didn't
live.
watch it live, tangina parang gago. I know maybe it's probably up on YouTube because they put up all
Yeah.
the commercial break stuff on YouTube. But wow, like
It's your big signing. Like you couldn't fit like 1 minute of it
no,
in your
it was literally
program.
30 seconds. They
Oh.
did 30 they did the whole kasi as in patapos na yung commercial break nung
Yeah.
nag-sign si Javon. So it literally was just 30 seconds of action. They couldn't add that 30 seconds to the main show
Yeah.
runtime.
Kung di ko pa nakita yung post ng mother ni Javon on Facebook,
Yeah,
I
dude.
wouldn't have known
Jesus
it
Christ.
happened.
Siyempre, Javon's family has no opportunity to really complain kasi nasign na nga yung anak mo eh, di ba? Ba't ka pa
Yeah.
magreklamo?
Yeah,
But
but
God,
yeah.
like I'm sure it's gonna get recapped. But if you're gonna recap it anyway, why not just do the 30 seconds it takes to have him come out, sign the contract physically,
That's
and
it.
leave? My God, what a shitty
Uh,
deal! Like, okay, Javon's family can't complain, but so we will complain for
yeah.
them. God,
But let's talk about how gutted the NXT roster is all of a sudden, especially on the men's side. That was your three biggest stars leaving in a span of couple of weeks, diba? Trick, Javon, and now Oba. So,
siguro,
ayoko sana sila magsabay-sabay that's why I've been saying, if this guy loses, he gets called up. But damn, they called him almost at the same time.
Wala eh. They are ready na rin eh. Like, Javon has been here for quite a while now. He hasn't won a championship, but at the same time, there isn't much you can do for him. Which is why I really need NXT to be built up as a third brand now. Like the ECW,
Mm.
diba? Like
Yeah.
let's stop treating it as a farm and treating it as a legit pool of people you can trade with and send also uh, legit main roster stars back to NXT, diba? Like what they were doing a couple of years ago. They were,
Yes.
diba?
All right. Yeah, with Baron
Like we don't do that. We haven't
Corbin.
been doing that anymore.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Jordan Grace also gone. Blake Monroe was kicked out of the building and denied her championship match, her championship rematch. So the streets are also predicting that this is also a call up for Blake Monroe. What is your intel in the writers' room? Is she Is she effectively called up?
I think at this point, yes. So, which makes me think if the the kung hindi nangyari yung nangyari nung couple of weeks ago, would she still be a candidate for a call up? Parang
I
it was one
think
of those things that okay, nagkataon na. All
no, no,
right.
no. I think actually I think she would have been booked to lose
Anyway.
the title at New Year's Evil.
Mm, that's why she didn't get the title back. Because that's what we were predicting. Like,
Right.
na, after what happened, they're gonna book a title match and she's gonna get the title back.
Honestly,
Oh,
honestly, mas pabor ako dito kasi SmackDown,
mm,
again, we talked about this on Monday. SmackDown really
yes,
needs the help
they need the
in the
depth.
women's
Yeah.
division. And like I would much rather have a Joshi trained wrestler in Blake Monroe sitting across or beside Julia on SmackDown, diba?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm okay with this. Jordan Grace, tagal na rin, she didn't win a championship, but at this point, I like the fact that you don't have to win a championship to get called up. Like, okay, if you're gonna treat this as developmental, you don't have to follow that specific arc, diba? Like, if you want to make the main roster money, you don't have to sit and wait for years for a championship reign that may or may not happen. You
Mm,
know.
yeah.
Right. Let's get to Raw. Raw is Stranger Things. First of all, no
I
Chris
hate it.
Jericho.
Okay. Yeah.
No Chris Jericho.
uh, I
Who
would go.
here, who among you listening and watching us right now, who among you were waiting for the break the walls down?
Honestly, me.
You were?
I waited all morning. I
You
mean,
stayed up to wait for Chris
I
Jericho.
know I did say like it's one of those things na I pag nagigising ako, I keep looking at my phone to see the notif na
If
okay.
we blew up.
Yeah. Wala eh.
Nung main event, papasok na ako ng office. So, I was waiting for a blow up. But nobody blew up. So, alam kong wala.
Yeah. Maybe Anton is right. Maybe we worked ourselves into thinking we show
No,
up.
you worked yourselves.
Yeah, I was
Okay lang naman. Like,
yeah.
I'm no longer really I'm no longer really excited to see Jericho. Like a lot of WWE fans are somehow still excited to see Jericho, but I feel
He's a
like
legend.
yeah, pero it just goes to show na okay, hindi kayo nanonood ng AEW. So therefore, you don't know what we're not excited for. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
fair.
if you had only watched AEW and saw how Chris Jericho was in the past couple of years or so, you would also be not as excited to see him come back. But that's what he's banking on, diba? That the people don't know that the Jericho fatigue is real. You know?
I think
Wala.
it's been away quite a while now na built up na ulit yung excitement ng mga tao to see
No,
him back.
it's because WWE fans don't watch AEW. They think they're still getting this Jericho. To be fair, I can still get entertained by Jericho, but it's not something that I'm actively seeking out. Like, oh, if Jericho's there and he makes me laugh, I'll appreciate it. But I'm not gonna go, oh, well, that's Jericho, so therefore I'm gonna be super angry about this.
I think a Jericho run could work if he just if he just went back and rehash his old shtick.
But
Yung
that's not
mga
Jericho though.
Yeah, that's the thing. If he reinvents himself again, parang it won't work. Kasi
How do you
it's
know that?
something I just
Actually, what I
because
appreciate, no, what I
people
appreciate
claim
about
for
Jericho is
nostalgia.
that he is brave enough to reinvent himself.
I think at this point people want that nostalgia run from him.
Sure,
They don't want
pero
the reinventing Jericho. Yung the Ocho, the Wizard. I think they don't. It won't work that way if he was like that.
so you're saying WWE fans are easy to please.
With nostalgia, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You're just gonna get 2004 Chris Jericho, 2002, 2003 Chris Jericho
Oh,
back.
Y2J, just say all these catchphrases. That will
Jesus
work.
Christ. I know for a fact that mainis si mainis siya with that. Like
Hmm.
he did that in 2008. He did all
Ah,
of
yeah,
that
when he came
stuff,
back.
and then
Yeah.
he quickly turned heel because he doesn't like doing all that stuff again.
Eh,
Like God. What I appreciate about him is he knows how to reinvent himself. Like he knows how to evolve, even though it doesn't always work. Like that's why I don't hate him, but I'm not gonna go again. I'm not gonna go out of my way to look for him. You know.
all right.
All right. The other thing, the main event, CM Punk retains the World Heavyweight Championship. Braun Breaker is denied. So you were saying, what were you saying?
Yeah, I said CM Punk was gonna retain the title. And he was gonna be champion at least until Mania at this point. Like I just the thing now is where is the vision headed?
Ano sila eh.
Ito yung malaking question after Raw. Like they already had their guy go after the world title and lost. So what now? Diba? Do they focus on the Austin Theory storyline at this point? Do they focus on growing in numbers possibly? So because medyo may fatigue na ako with them feuding with CM Punk. Like CM Punk should feud with other people after this, in my opinion.
Actually, I feel like the CM Punk feud should be with Austin Theory. Because Theory was the one who cost
Oh
CM
yeah.
Punk the match. Diba?
Hmm.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it so much. I just don't like I don't like Braun Breaker cutting promos, you know?
Really?
Yeah, I don't like it. I feel like he
Uh,
sounds like Brock Lesnar. Uh the Bronze or whoever, Bronson Reed and Austin Theory, or Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, should just win, no. Should just win the tag team championships. Who's the Intercontinental Championship now? Champion
Still
now.
dumb. Si Dom pa
And he's
rin.
injured. Huh? Give up
Yeah.
the championship and have Austin have Braun Breaker win it again. Oh, I don't know.
Just
Yeah,
give them
I don't know.
something, right? So what you're
Yeah,
saying.
but I feel like they have a plan in place. Like obviously these things are written in advance. So I'm willing to see what comes next. Uh, I'm willing to see what comes next. I do agree with you that CM Punk needs to have a new challenger. Kasi he beat the Vision A. That's it.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna have them win, then keep them off again. Have them rebuild their aura.
Exactly.
Diba?
Yep.
Speaking of people who did win the championship, Rio, at least we got what we wanted. Rio won the women's tag team championships from the Kabuki Warriors. So I think was pretty telegraphed na rin. I felt like they needed the feel good moment to start Raw. You have any thoughts on this?
I like it. I just like everything about it. It was a matter of time, before they finally win the tag titles. Now the question is are they still gonna be a tag team until Mania?
Cena.
You see Rhea Ripley and Io Sky.
Why not?
Because I mean they're two bankable single stars. You could book them
But they're bankable
wrestle.
as a team.
So I still prefer them as although I'm enjoying all the Rio stuff, but come like the biggest show of the
They're more
year.
bankable as they're more bankable as a pseudo girls love thing.
But the thing is there a team that matches their star power to possibly create a Mega Mania match?
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the that's the question heading into WrestleMania because the Kabuki I don't think they're gonna run it back with the Kabuki Warriors. So I could see a potential with Charlotte and Bliss going up against Rio for a pay per view. So that's gonna be the question here moving forward. Like yeah, Derv said he could see a tag chamber, possibly for the women's tag team champions. I agree.
I feel
I
like
think that's
Alexa
enough
Bliss and
team.
Charlotte are going to be the biggest team that they can go up
Yeah,
against.
yeah.
They're
They're the
building that
ones.
up na rin eh.
So yeah, I mean, but yun pa rin, may mga questions pa rin na naglinger. But yeah, it's a great moment. You know, this is the payoff after how many months of, of them forming this bond and this friendship. So I'm glad that they pulled this win for Rio.
Mm. And speaking of women who won championships, okay, I know you have feelings about this.
Oh God.
Maxine Dupree lost the championship to a cheating Becky Lynch. The rumors are saying that this was the plan all along to establish yung single stardom ni Maxine and to build up AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. I am gonna say that before you react, I'm gonna say that I agree, and I feel like they achieved what they wanted to achieve. I was watching Maxine over the past couple of weeks, and she is carrying herself like a whole new star. Like, yes, this is what the championship did for her. And you couldn't tell it. You couldn't tell that she was a rookie or a fresh, inexperienced wrestler. It felt like she was a star. She was a fighting champion forever. But syempre, it's not like she lost clean. Like Becky had to cheat to win to beat her, and I think that adds to her mystique a little more. It adds to her credibility a little more. That Becky respected her enough that she had to cheat to find a way to beat her. I know you're not gonna like. I know you don't like it because it was a quick championship reign, and I also said that it wasn't going to be a good idea because at this point, when you have a need for better PR, you want to keep your audience as happy as possible. But syempre, at the same time, you have plans and all of that. But at the same time, gets good in it. I felt like if the mission was just to establish Maxine as a new star, as a new single star, then it was already done.
Yeah, wasn't happy of course kasi yun nga I said na just they should just ride this momentum that she's having, into a pretty length, hindi naman super lengthy, but just a just a long title reign. But um, now that she's a star, like ang worry ko kasi she might get lost in the shuffle again after losing. That was my worst
True.
fear about all of this. Now, okay, now that she's not in the title program, and not now that she's not in a program with a star like Becky, now she might do nothing again. But I think at this point, she has proven herself na she could carry a feud with other people on the roster. That's why I think I also said na maybe the next step or next program or for her is against Natty. Because they've been also building that up, diba? They've been building up the mentorship.
I'm sure Natty's gonna come in and be disappointed with her. No, natalo
yes.
ka.
Oh, and that's gonna be similar to what Chad Gable and Sami Zayn had last year, diba? So,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. If they know, if they really see Maxine as a star here, they will keep up the momentum despite her not being champion anymore. Which is, I really hope they do because Maxine has improved tremendously over the past year, and it would go to waste if they didn't follow up on a great Maxine as title reign.
Yeah. Your fears about getting lost in the shuffle. People will get lost in the shuffle talaga. Like with a roster that big, they will be rotated talaga. They will be there will be a rotation. There will be a bench rotation. You know this. It's not like real sports where you always have to um put in your stars. Diba? Like everyone's gonna be a star here, and people need to sometimes you do need to but I don't think it's gonna happen to Maxine. I feel like
I
I
hope.
feel like they have something, and then I think that they're gonna continue to have her improve by giving her time, giving her reps. Tsaka may main event naman. So, yun. All right. Anything else you want to talk about? We have come to the end of our outlines.
I'm not really
Anything?
sure if the reports are confirmed, but did you see the item that's
Yeah.
Tommaso Ciampa's contract
Is up.
is ending and he's not renewing? We
Yeah,
haven't
that's
talked about that on Monday yet, so
yeah.
we could,
Kasi, if you saw SmackDown last Friday, it was just Johnny Gargano
yeah.
and Candice LeRae, and I didn't know why Tommaso Ciampa wasn't in any of the segments in the match. I thought he was injured again, but yung pala, there was a rumor that said that um, it could be he seems to be not renewing with the company and his contract is up. I've always felt like the old black and gold NXT was the kind of company, the kind of brand that was best for him. I've been following Champa since the early 2010s in Ring of Honor. And Ring of Honor really was closest to him and yung natural wrestling style niya. So if he does go to AEW, and I'm sure TK will be very quick to snap him up, considering that he has ties to Ring of Honor. Uh, I feel like he's going to be satisfied with the way with the way AEW conducts their wrestling.
Yeah, may mga jokes na nga na welcome to the Don Callis family. Tommaso Ciampa. I mean, I won't
Sure.
say that his WWE run was a failure because he did stuff there in WWE. Like he had a program with Gunther, diba, on the main roster. DIY was at least successful. They were at least tag champs twice, diba? And they had all those great matches with a stacked tag team division, yeah, including the TLC match. So I won't say it's a failure, but diba, coming off of an NXT run where he and Johnny had the hottest feud in all of wrestling. Diba? They had, one of the best feuds in WWE in the last 20 years, but it just didn't capitalize on the main roster for some reason. Um, and I think he kind of overstayed his welcome then in NXT.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, di ba, they tried to call him up nung 2019, tapos na-injured
Oh.
siya. Di ba?
Yeah.
Na-injured, yung neck niya. So, sayang lang. But still, he had a great run in the WWE, in NXT. And, I just wish him all the best wherever he goes.
Is it already over? Is his contract already over?
And, I mean, if they're saying that I don't know, it's ending, he probably won't get used on TV anymore.
Okay.
Kasi, di ba, yun nga, nung
So that was
SmackDown
Ricochet.
nga, di ba? Nung SmackDown, it was only Johnny, and Johnny even came out his the Way theme song, not the DIY, theme song. Yeah, so I think that the signs were there.
Yeah, I feel like AEW talaga, I mean, that's where he wants to be because it's where the best wrestling is. So yeah, we have time for one question from our chat. If there's anything you want us to talk about that we haven't talked about yet, anything you want us to answer, please drop it in the chat. If
you were saying something about Bullet Club earlier, the t-shirts. You.
I don't know. We'll save that for the end.
Okay.
It's a story I want to tell. It's a story I want to tell on a separate Bullet Club episode.
All right.
I say, my God, Jesus fuck. I was so over the t-shirts and the parodies. My God.
Yung mga parodies.
Yeah, God. Everyone.
I get you.
Well, I'll save it for that. Yeah. That's how popular and influential that Bullet Club was. So yeah, if anyone has a question that you want us to talk about, anyone has a prompt, Julian AI, baka may prompt ka. Grabe. Want us to talk about local wrestling? We don't talk about local wrestling enough. We have time to talk about. We have time to answer.
I think we covered everything for this week.
Yeah, we did. We did. That's why we have time. Emil, we have time for something.
Yeah,
I want to talk to our listeners and to our viewers. Pero mukhang walang.
Oh, what were your thoughts about the Lights Out
No. It was a malfunction.
Malfunction talaga
Yeah,
yun.
yeah. It was a malfunction. So
It did kind of
somebody.
work though. It was a
No, it
lights out
didn't.
match.
That wasn't supposed to be what. That wasn't what lights out meant.
Okay.
So
Gets.
apparently may naka tisod sa power cord sa likod.
No, di ba nung there was a segment earlier on
Oh.
Dynamite na namatay rin yung ilaw.
Yeah, so yun nga.
Was it the Willow
Yeah,
celebration?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah,
so
yeah.
weird.
Yeah,
Like, it was a celebration.
I thought it was normal for the Willow segment because it was a championship celebration.
Pero weird kasi ang dilim eh. Like it was
Yeah.
supposed to be like a
But
celebration itself.
I thought it was part of the vibes because Mercedes was gonna come out in mourning.
Di kasi namatay ilaw, nasa ring na sila. So,
Oh.
I didn't know.
I thought it was funny
When Renee was cutting her,
Her
her
promo.
promo. Yeah. Yeah. Ayun, Glendale has a question in the comments.
Things to expect in local wrestling in 2026. I legit do not know, man. I am not privy. I'm not privy to plans in advance. Like I only know what you know now because Dexcon announced Fast Break nung December. So I legit don't know. I don't know what to expect here, man. I can tell you, I guess, that I'm gonna try to wrestle more, but I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Kasi, you know, people generally want me to do commentary.
I just wish meron lang ring.
Ayun, I don't think you can expect a new ring, but you can hope for one, you know.
Hope. That's why I'm not saying expect. I'm just saying I'm hoping. We can.
I guess you can expect our regional friends, our regional neighbors, to keep coming back. I know that they have been getting a good response from all of you, so I know that it's not going to be the last time you're going to see them. I think you're going to see much more of them. Lalo na Carlo. I believe Carlo, now that he's really proven himself to the people with the power here, he's gonna come back as much as possible. That's really all it took them in for Carlo. Really, I felt like the people in charge wanted to see how much of a draw Carlo was in person, and he proved himself.
Yep.
And I feel like it's going to be a lot more opportunities for Carlo. Hopefully not once, not just one time. Diba? Oh, sige, Glendale. Yeah, it's a good question. Thoughts on the Unreal Season 2 trailer? Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins have come out to denounce the show. Interestingly. Sige, I mean, what do you think? I've been talking kanina pa.
Honestly, I don't like the Unreal shows, to be honest.
What do you mean you don't like the Unreal show? I think you're saying that because they have said that they don't like it now.
No, because it just exposes the business a little bit.
That's not what you were saying when it was first a thing.
I know. I liked it at the beginning, but then realizing it now,
Bakit?
But I'm still gonna watch it. It's just that, parang basag na yung illusion, parang ganun. Imagine if there's some kid out there and this was the way that they found out that wrestling was fake. Diba? Parang
somebody was gonna tell her.
But I'm gonna watch it still, but it's just like I just don't like the concept of Unreal. Like overall.
I have no strong feelings about it because I know that wrestling kayfabe has been dead for a while now. I like it because if you're gonna educate people on how fake wrestling is, you might as well educate it the right way. Like tell them everything that's going on so that they don't have these stupid misconceptions. Nanggaling pa kay Valentino, you know what I mean? The masked man from because of wrestling revealed. That guy is super outdated, and a lot of people still think that he was he is still the influence, the the person to look up to. So it's already dead. Like Triple H is the mastermind of killing it, and Vince McMahon killed it a long time ago, in the 90s. He just didn't tell you how exactly it died. And I know that I would much rather set the record straight than
All
stop
right.
people from spouting out their weird theories.
Yeah.
David has a question. Shuri is half Japanese and half Pinay. When kaya siya pupunta ulit sa Pilipinas? That's Petition DexCon. I feel like that would be a great get for
Yeah.
DexCon. For those who don't know, Shuri was here in 2014, January
With
2014.
Joshi Jab, right?
Joshi Jam, yes, the original Joshi
Yeah.
Jam. Joshi Jam. This was also because she wanted to raise funds for Yolanda. So,
2014.
ano na kasi ng Yolanda nung
Yep.
time na yon. And I believe she had family. So she had her Pinay mother raise funds for Yolanda through the show. The problem was the show was not marketed to its fullest potential. Kaya konti lang yung ano. Konti
Bruce
lang.
had a question for me earlier. If someday we're getting a wrestling show in Bicol, I can only hope, Bruce. Again, with all
Well,
the
Bruce,
provincial.
no.
Okay,
Bruce,
go.
Bruce. You need to spend some of your Cabidon money towards the QR code sa fundraiser namin for a new ring, dude. So
Yeah.
we need that. We need that cash. I believe the QR code is still up on the Puso Wrestling YouTube page.
Yeah. Plus, I know wrestling in provinces don't end well for somewhere.
They don't end. No, they don't end well because the people who are putting them together didn't know better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, with all the stories that have
we
gone
now
on.
have 11 years of experience putting together shows. So we know better now.
So hindi na mangyayaring yung nangyari.
David also asks, kailan darating a real global threat in New Japan? Well, Chris Brooks would have to get
Chris
signed
Brooks
to-
was there.
No, Chris Brooks would have to get signed to New Japan first. And I don't know if he wants to do that.
To be fair, yung branding ng the global threat wasn't really in any of his gear.
Well, somebody, I mean, that young lion was wearing
the
JDL shorts.
JDL shorts. Yeah.
Yeah, but yes,
that's the hope.
The real, you're right though. You're right. The real global threat branding right now is limited to the Southeast Asian region.
Yeah.
So, yun. And the Japanese independent scene. So yun lang for now. All right. Thank you for your questions. I'm glad that we had time to do this.
Yes.
That's what happens when you only have two of us.
Okay.
All right. Emil Nate, do you have any plugs?
Wala, just follow the Potterlow social media platforms. And if you missed Alamat, it's on YouTube.
Hell yeah. Part 1 is on YouTube. Thank you for pointing that out. Part 1 is on YouTube right now. Part 2 will air next Monday. And
bakit wala pala yung Battle Royale na
it is a dark match. It was really meant to be a dark match. That's why it was only posted on YouTube. It was posted separately.
Oh, but I was expecting it to be part of the.
Yeah, no, it's a dark match.
Okay.
It's just a dark match.
All right.
All right. Thank you though for confirming that. It really is. It was really meant to be. It was really scripted to be a dark match.
Yeah.
Because they already script out the episodes on YouTube in advance. So they they plan which parts of the show will be on YouTube, and the Rumble was meant to be a dark match. Tangina na, Julian, manood ka na lang kasi sa YouTube. You miss everything. What didn't you miss, Julian, in 2025 and 2024? What
missed
didn't
everything,
you miss?
man.
You miss everything. Jesus Christ.
You better show up this 2026, Julian. Marami pang time.
You miss everything. You missed our fucking Christmas. You missed our Christmas party. You missed John Cena's retirement. Lahat na lang na-miss mo. Kala mo kung sino ka pupunta. All right. Speaking of events, I know you guys are staying tuned for a Royal Rumble watch party.
Yeah.
We are in the process of finalizing that. It's just that there are some sudden developments, not negative, but there are sudden developments that have come up, and we are ironing a lot of the details. So stay tuned. I will tell you that we are already working on it, and if you said on the survey that you are willing to watch at 3 a.m., you better be fucking there.
Oh,
I swear to God,
show
because
up.
you promised us. This is how I sold the event to our partners at Skinny Mike's, man.
Y'all
Jesus
better
Christ.
show up.
Oh, kasayaw kayo ni Rowan kung di kayo pumunta. But yes, ano ba? Sorry, that's it. Go watch Alamat. Buy tickets for DexCon Fast Break, dexcon.helixplay.ph. It's already up. I think SVIP and Platinum pa lang. Martin V, if you're here, can you clarify if we're getting the normal tickets? I don't know what's up with that.
Gen ad.
I don't know what to tell people kasi somebody has already asked kung yun lang yung available na tickets. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell them. Please do inform. But there are also discount codes. I believe the most easy to remember is Magering. Discount code Magering. MAGERING. I believe that's like 5% discount. Yun. Thank you to everyone for joining us on the first Thursday live stream of 2026. It has been a real treat, real hoot doing this really loose, really relaxed live stream with all of you. I had fun at the end of it, really. If you want to join the conversation, at Wrestling2X Pod on Twitter, on TikTok, on Blue Sky. I don't actually check the Blue Sky anymore. Twitter, I don't check as much because toxic as hell over there. At Wrestling Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Threads. We're more willing to talk to you on Threads. I'm always on Threads. At EML_Meister for Emil, Nate. At _Stan C for Stan. At Chino Supersize for Chino. At Monday Night Rowan if you want to give props to Rowan for his dancing. At Rose War on Twitter and Twitter and Blue Sky. At Shang.Daddy on Threads, Instagram, TikTok. I'm really more active on Threads right now. It has become addictive for me. Thank you to my face producer Jasper for being here. Guys, palakpakan niyo si Jasper.
He was so early today.
He made it home in record time just for all of you, just for you to have a live stream tonight.
Good.
But also because the roads are pretty clear this time of year. So let's hope that it stays like this forever. Right. See you guys on Monday for our Monday live stream. Kung makauwi na naman si Jasper on time.
Yes.
Let's hope and pray that happens again. I don't know. Malay mo, dumating si Chris Jericho on SmackDown. Who knows? And then we'll see you as well on next Thursday for the Thursday live stream. Right? On behalf of Emil, Nate, and our missing co-hosts, this has been Roam Around of the Wrestling Podcast. Please stay safe, stay warm, and stay healthy because some people are getting sick again. Don't be a dick. So many people have been a dick online. And peace. We're out of here.